What's up, guys? Pete from the basement here to talk to you about comics this week. I assure you there's a thin line between Saturday night and Sunday morning, and I crossed it somewhere around 3 o'clock a.m. I am ridiculously hungover, but it's to be expected. Normally you guys just see me throwing them down and never the day after. Well, this is the day after. So, let's talk now. Cody Chapman hit us up, said he's new to comics. What trades would we recommend? If you're getting into certain characters, you can pick up Spidey versus Venom, and it's got a nice compilation of, you know, Spider-Man and Venom stories. Spider-Man The Wedding Album is a classic tale. Spider-Man Return of the Sinister Six is really good. You can pick up Avengers Ultron Unlimited. That was really good. They've definitely got trades of Brubaker's Captain America The Winter Soldier series. That movie was just announced for 2014. It's going to be the sequel to Captain America. So I would definitely get on that. Those were some of the best Captain America stories you'll ever fucking read. Off the top of my head, X-Men, what the fuck was the name of that shit? I don't think I got it there. I think it's in the box. Something, God Loves, Man Kills. That was a classic story. Should definitely see if they have any of like the Jim Lee X-Men trades from like the early 90s. Those were good. I'm sure Ramon and Steve can figure out a few more. Also, guys, check out Corey Michaels' The Last Epic on Facebook. Go like that page. Some really cool artwork over there. I checked that out just recently. Guys, when you guys message us on Facebook, we don't always get to them because this fucking Facebook timeline shit is for the birds, and I always forget to look where the messages are. So it's easier to hit us up via the email. Remember, questions@petesbasement.com. You can obviously follow us on Facebook and Twitter, but any like major questions like that, it's always better to send it to the questions@petesbasement.com because it'll forward to all of our emails, and we can see the question a lot faster. That's why, Corey, I didn't get a chance to look at the Last Epic's page until just this morning when I woke up. But that message had been there for a while. Also, Adriel Jimenez wanted to know what we thought of articulated comic book art. If you've never seen this page on Facebook, check it out. It's basically somebody takes action figures and poses them in like comic book art panels. Like there was one of Thor fighting the Wrecking Crew, which swinging the hammer up. I think it's a pretty cool idea. The amount of time that it takes to get the figures posed right and to get the angle right and shit like that, that is some serious dedication. And I think it's pretty ingenuitive. And you know, would it work in a published format? Probably not. But does it work for the internet? I think it's great. I think it's awesome to look at the, you know. Obviously, they're not doing like comedy stuff so much, but it's more, you know, like a comic book. But I was always a big fan when Toy Fair would do shit like that, when they had like the Twisted Mego Theater and they had all the toys and everything. But yeah, man, articulated comic book art, I would definitely say worth checking out on Facebook there. And Adriel also wanted to know who would win in a fight between Dr. Manhattan and Dr. Doom. Obviously, the first choice is Dr. Manhattan, because he would just, you know, blink and Dr. Doom is gone. But something tells me that given the proper amount of time to study his enemy, and this is obviously a personal call, but I think Dr. Doom could possibly find a way to, you know, win, maybe with some magic or something like that. I don't know, what do you guys think? Dr. Manhattan versus Dr. Doom. You think he would just blink him out of existence, or you think Doom could find a way to defeat him? Finally, guys, check out The Art of Jonah Block on Facebook. Jonah hit us up and, you know, through the Facebook again and said, like, hey, check out my art page, and it's really cool stuff. So go and like that page as well. Finally, The Burning House, the book come out this week. If you guys have been watching the show, sometime last year, my buddy Foster Huntington came on, and he had this web blog called The Burning House. What would you take? Like if your house is on fire and you've got like 2 or 3 minutes to go and get your shit, what would you take? And this is a really revolutionary idea, and it's just a bunch of pictures of people and what items mean the most to them. It's a great coffee table book. The only thing it doesn't do is turn into a coffee table itself. My page is in here, and I got a couple of other friends in here. You can see my page on Facebook itself, but definitely worth your $10. People come over, you can leave it out and, you know, let people flip through it. Really cool stuff. I also picked up the Art of the Avengers from Amazon this week. It's really just all of the promo art and stuff like that that we saw, you know, running rampant before the movie came out, like a year or so beforehand. The renderings are just super realistic. The shit they can do with computers now is unreal. Really a cool, nice hardcover book. You can leave that on the coffee table too if you're a comic nerd, and let your friends come over and say, "Ooh, look at that shit," and make sure, you know, let them toss through it. Make sure they don't wrinkle the pages or nothing, because then you got to punch them in the face. From eBay, managed to get my variant cover of Amazing Spider-Man 688. Midtown Comics was sold out of that, so I had to jump on eBay, and I paid like 66 bucks for it. Not bad. I would have liked to get it at Midtown for 50 bucks, but, you know, such is the case. I missed out on that because I didn't get to the comic shop that Wednesday. One thing's for sure, you know, make sure if you want those variant covers lately, eBay has not been your friend. The variants that have been coming out, they are more expensive online than they are at your local shop. I am still trying to find that fucking Gabriel Delotto cover from Amazing 667, the white cover with, you know, Spidey's on the side over there. I could have got that shit for 80 bucks, and then all of a sudden it jumped to like 200, and now it's gone completely. Fuck me. So, let's go on to some books. Speaking of Spidey, Spider-Man issue 3 of 5 came out this week. Basically, Peter Parker and the Ultimates and Miles Morales, they managed to defeat Mysterio, and they realized that it's not Mysterio, it's just like a little robot type of thing, and he's using this avatar from somewhere or somewhen in some other dimension to do his bidding for him. And Peter Parker just kind of flips out, and he realizes he is in another dimension, and like everything's different, and Peter Parker in this dimension is dead. And then at the end of the book, he goes and sees Aunt May and Gwen Stacy. I like the pace of this book. It's definitely different than what Bendis is what we're used to from Bendis. It's only 5 issues long, so it's proceeding really well, and it's got like a lot of cool, emotional scenes, and I really can't wait for issue 4 to come out so we can see how it plays out with Gwen and Aunt May, and they realize that this is an older version of Peter Parker and what they're gonna do. Definitely a cool story. A lot better than I thought it was gonna be. Let's see what else we got. Charismagic issue 6 concluded this week. I guess a little anticlimactic because we've just had to wait so goddamn long in between issues. But I mean, that's Aspen for you. Their publishing is just fucking ridiculous when it comes to schedules. But when I say anticlimactic, now we've been watching this guy Samson, who is like the big bad of evil wizards, and he comes back to Earth, and he's doing his magic thing, and all of a sudden this little human guy just pushes him into the void, pushes him back into the void prison and into some demons that I don't know what they did. Maybe they drained him of blood and magic or whatever. But I mean, it was a good story overall. It was interesting and entertaining. Like I said, just thought the ending was a little blasé, And then there's going to be volume 2 coming out sometime around November of this year, because this guy has 2 friends that were also trapped in the void. I don't know if they're possessed now or if they made a deal with some really ancient evil dude, but they're going to lead an army of demons against Earth. And I don't really know if I'm going to pick that up. I know, if it starts in November of this year, knowing Aspen, it should conclude sometime around 2015. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, let us know, guys, if you liked Charismagic, what you thought of it, and if you agree that the ending was a little, or if you just loved every minute of it. From IDW, Battle Beasts #1. Remember this when we were kids? The little, little toys like this. They were just regular. They weren't articulated or anything. It was just little monsters that had like the armor and shit on, and just fight with them and everything. Didn't quite make for such an interesting story. I mean, there are other 80s properties that are available. I guess Dynamite scooped up most of them. But, it was alright. I didn't really care for it. I don't think I'm going to stick with it. Basically, these, monsters from, you know, some other planet are, you know, they're rebelling against the war that is just entangling their species, and right now their species who are battling each other, these beasts who are battling, are going to Earth because Earth has some really awesome weapons that they could use in their fights instead of, you know, these fucking stone hammers and swords and shit. So that's about that. Yeah, I don't know. And they come to Earth, and for some reason this one girl is just able to understand them and speak to them, and then every one of the monsters is after her. That's about it. As interesting as I'm making it sound, that's how interesting it was to me. Also from IDW, The Crow, issue 1. The artwork was cool. The cover was really awesome. Would have liked to get the James O'Barr variant cover, but the story was a little, like, you know, everybody knows the story. The Crow guy dies, and he comes back for revenge, usually because of some lost love or fallen lover or something like that. And in this case, this guy, he's a white dude, and he's dating this Japanese girl, and this company that she works for is basically taking they're kidnapping people, whether they're employees or whatever, and transferring the minds of the older generation, like the older workers, the CEOs and everything, into the bodies of these younger people. I don't know, the Crow was always more grounded in, and I dare to use the term, reality, and that is just such a fucking outlandish concept that it was stupid to me. I wasn't interested in it from the start. Like, if they would just, like, find a way to just kill the girl or kidnap the girl or something, and, you know, then the guy goes after the company, and then he gets killed, and now he comes back as the Crow, and he's going to take on this big conglomerate corporation that's, you know, transferring brain cells and shit. That's not the Crow to me, and I admit I'm not the biggest fan of it. You know, I was never the biggest follower of the Crow series, but I had a few friends that were, and I would love to get their opinion on this, to know what they thought of it, and it just doesn't feel like the Crow to me. What did you guys think? Hit us up, let us know. And finally, from Dark Horse Comics, I picked up Eerie, issue 1, just because I liked the cover, and I figured it was issue 1, so why the hell not? And you know, I always like those Lovecraftian demons and shit, and that looks pretty Lovecraftian, with tentacles and stuff. But, you know, they've done a lot of these Tales from the Crypt-esque stories before, and it just, like, man, they always leave me kind of high and dry. I love the old Tales from the Crypt stories. Bill Gaines and Al Feldstein, and these stories to me pale in comparison. The last 2 stories in this book were pretty good, but the first 2 or 3 were just like, who gives a fuck? So can I recommend that? No, not really. Go back and buy some old EC reprints, or get the hardcover bound volumes. You know what? Cody, go and get some old EC books. You want to be entertained? Get some reprints of that shit and trade. Or, you know, they got like the hardcover volumes. You can definitely pick those up on eBay. They're awesome. Great horror stories, great kind of people getting their just desserts stories. Very cool shit. Alright guys, I'm going to take a nap, and I'm going to turn you over to the rest of the boys and see what they read this week. And we'll see you next week for another roundtable. So long guys.
Alright, so, doing segments. That's right, segments. Never you mind why we're doing segments. We're doing them. Alright. So Batman Earth 1, Jeff Johns and Gary Frank, it was okay. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either. It was okay. You know, I know Ramon felt the same way. Pete, I haven't heard from Pete if he even read it yet. There were some cool parts in it, but overall, it was okay. Do I recommend you read it? Yes. Do I recommend you buy it in order to read it? No. Do I recommend you steal it? No. But if you have a buddy that has it, so can I borrow that? You read it, and that's it. So it's not a must-have. It's not even a must-read. But I think you should read it. Fantastic Four 33 annual 33. strange Fantastic Four stuff. Time travel. Doctor Strange is involved. Time travel is normal with Fantastic Four, so you just accept that. But they're time traveling to Woodstock, and they see Einstein. They go even further back, and they meet Einstein. I don't really like that. If you can time travel, you can time travel obviously to a period or an era, but you don't have to meet. Not in Fantastic Four. Like Back to the Future, they time travel to an era, the 50s, and they reference people like Chuck Berry and Ronald Reagan, but they never actually met anybody that was real. So, oh yeah, Batgirl 11. Gail Simone. We love Gail. Ardian Sayaf. Oh, I'm saying it right. The artwork is great, beautiful. It's been a good story since the beginning, and I like her. I like her back as Batgirl. It fits. It's right. And in the next issue, she meets Batwoman, which I also like that character and that title, so it should be good. I don't think it's crossing though. I don't think the Batwoman title is having Batgirl there. I don't think it's doing that. It's not necessary. So, but I know some of the fans were looking forward to that too. I think Nancy Gonzalez was one of them. Nancy, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I think you are, right? I think she is. And there were a few other fans too. I think that were looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to it. So, and I also liked in this issue they had, they used the Gotham Police Department. What's cool is that not only do you have the superheroes and the villains and characters like that, you've also met actual people, rounded out characters from Gotham Police Department. And if you pick up Gotham Central, which I highly, highly recommend, there's 4 volumes now. You meet a lot of the characters and a lot of the cases they're involved with, and it's really great. It's done by Greg Rucka and Ed Brubaker. They do that kind of thing perfectly. Cap 14. This part of the story is ended, but there still seems like the next story arc is still going to involve Bravo. They need to put Bravo to bed. He's been lingering on too long. They need to give him a vacation. He can come back at some other time and finish. It's just it's not bad. It's just they need to kind of move on to the next thing. Avenging Spider-Man number 9. It could have been done in 1 issue. It said to be continued, so obviously there's going to be another issue. It could have been done in 1 issue. It seems like some comics these days are like, there's extra dialogue, and it's not advancing the story, and it's not necessarily great dialogue, but it's done just to kind of give an excuse to have a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th issue. And that's fine if a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th issue is needed, but this could have all been done in 1 issue. So, the Dodsons are drawing it, doing the artwork, so it's great. And I know Avenging Spider-Man is supposed to just be fun, so you're not looking for any deep, dark stuff, but it could be done with issue. That's all I'm gonna say. Spider-Man. Alright, you have Peter Parker in regular Marvel continuity. He's 28, something like that, right? Maybe even a little older. Okay. Now you have the Peter Parker that died in the Ultimate Universe, who's supposed to be much younger, like 10 years younger, right? About, maybe even younger than that. And what we're told is that these 2 universes are happening at the same time. Now what happened is Nick Fury in this issue, Spider-Man 3, mentioned that, the Spider-Man that's here now is a adult version. And then it hit me in the same way it hit Chaz Palminteri in Usual Suspects at the end when he realized he was being lied to for 2.5 hours. This doesn't make any sense. So the 2 worlds are happening at the same time, but they're not. They're happening. Peter Parker is significantly younger in one universe than he is in the other one. So how can that be at the same time? It can't be at the same time. It doesn't make any sense. Now, what Jarhead was saying is that from his understanding, it's 2012 in the Ultimate Universe and 2012 in this universe, so that it's the same time. But it can't be the same time. Because how did Peter Parker, he was born, it doesn't make any sense. So, and it's annoying, and it's aggravating, and it's giving me a headache. So for some reason it didn't hit me. The Spider-Man #1 was pretty good, so it didn't dawn on me until now that they're different ages. So how the hell can it be at the same time? Because Marvel Universe, the Ultimate Universe, was under restart characters. So Ultimate Spider-Man with Peter Parker originally was a retelling of that Spider-Man Peter Parker story. So of course he's going to be younger starting out. So it's not that it's at the same time, it's just at an earlier time. So not only did Peter Parker in this universe, in this story, Spider-Man story, transport through between universes, he went back in time. He did. He went back in time, and if anyone's going to say otherwise, I'm going to keep saying he went back in time. Because it doesn't make any sense. And while I'm angry, let's talk about Space Punisher. Bad. So he's going into space. There's no explanation how he got there or really any reason other than he's chasing down some space mafia. And I can't figure out whether or not they're space mafia, like alien mafia, or they're humans that are being either hidden by the aliens or turned into an alien. I didn't really understand that. But he's has like a sidekick now, a female robot sidekick. Is he gonna make little robot babies? And he built this robot? He can build robots now? Since when? Like, it's just bad from beginning to end. There's nothing good about it. The artwork was pretty good, but other than that, there's no redeeming part of the story. None. And if you read the story and you have the audacity to pick up Space Punisher Part 2, something wrong. Something wrong. True. Secret Agent Polio #1. Not my cup of tea. He's not that big of a character to deserve his own spin-off. He's a cool character when he's seen here and there and pops up in the Chew books, but to have his own story, no. He's not strong. It's not to say this was bad, necessarily, because Layman's still funny and Guillory's art is still great. Or Guillory, I'm sorry, I already say your name. But Polio does not need his own book, and it wasn't that great. I'm sorry. I'm being honest. But Jennifer Blood, it's weird. It's just I wasn't expecting it to go long. I'm kind of losing interest. Am I gonna drop it yet? I might give it a few more issues, but unless there's something really strong that like gets me back into it, I'm probably gonna drop it soon. It's kind of dragging on. I mean, yeah, now she's gonna kill her husband, it seems like. Okay, so I saved the last for Batman 11, the epic finale of the Court of Owls. Okay, Thomas Wayne Jr., if that's actually who he is, he's doing a lot of talking, a lot of supervillain type talking. This is why I'm doing this. You're the reason for this deep down. Are you glad now? Blah blah blah. All that type of stuff. Normal supervillain banter. He gets him into space, and he's gonna have him killed by the propeller of an airplane. That was a little weird, but they get back. They're grounded. The fight scenes were kind of lame, but be that as it may. Eventually, Batman wins, as you would expect. And Thomas Wayne Jr.'s death is ambiguous, so they can't find the body, so he still he's alive. That's usually the assumption. But I like the artwork. I like Capullo's work. What I liked most about it was that later on, Bruce Wayne is talking to Dick Grayson about the situation with could it be his brother and blah blah blah, and they'll pretty much, if I'm understanding it correctly, if I'm wrong, let me know. pretty much Bruce Wayne is saying it's a possibility that this character was actually Thomas Wayne Jr. and it was his brother. But the more likely scenario is that it's not. The more logical scenario is Occam's razor, I guess. He doesn't use that phrase, but basically the most logical scenario is that it's not his brother. That maybe it's the Court of Owls brainwashed him to think he's his brother, and they made him insane. And I'm willing to go along with that logic. So pretty much what he's saying is still under investigation, but that, you know, leaves it open so that it could really be his brother. He could always come back anyway, no matter who the character really is. But I thought it ended well. I mean, you knew Batman wasn't gonna die, so it can't end that way. And you know, much like the finale of the End of the Earth thing, there wasn't like a giant explosion or anything. There kind of was, I guess, but you know, actually there was an explosion. Never mind, the building came down. But I don't know. I thought it was good overall. So this is a long segment for a Steve segment, very long. So Pete's segment's probably already 45 minutes. Ramon probably slid in writing about 11 minutes. It was a pretty long segment, so I'm sorry, Raj.
Hey guys, another Seggies. Start off with the questions. Cody Chapman asks, I'm new to comics and was wondering what crossover events, trades do you recommend for both Marvel and DC to get me caught up? Are you still interested in the old DCU? Caught up wise, for DCU, I would definitely pick up a lot of the Green Lantern trades, Blackest Night. Basically, all the stuff that started with the creations of the different corps, Yellow, whatnot. I'd even go so back as getting Green Lantern Rebirth. That was damn good. The Bat books and stuff like that. Identity Crisis was awesome. Batman Hush. It really depends on the books you like, really. These are my personal favorites I'm mentioning. When it comes to Marvel, it's a lot harder to say because there's constant fucking events. So one usually affects the other and whatnot. If you want to go real back, I would say Avengers Disassembled. That's a few years ago and it's pretty damn good actually. I liked it a lot. And what else do I recommend? That's really it, man. The shit's happening all over this place. I'm sorry, Cody, I wish I could help you, but Marvel now would probably be a bigger fix, and DC and you is pretty good. You should get on that and just whatever characters you want to be more specific, maybe I can help you better. Speaking of Marvel now, Fast Stack of Comics, which is an awesome name by the way, asks, says, in his opinion, whatever boosts sales along with attracting new readers and keeps this medium of entertainment that I love, comic books, alive and well, then I am for that. Well said. That being said, I agree with that, and I was surprised I didn't think about that myself. I believe comic book is an art form. It's America's art form. It's a beautiful art form, and obviously art changes throughout time. But that aside, you have to respect the art, you know, and when shit becomes too commercial, it just loses its oomph, you know what I'm saying? So I agree with you. I hope you can see my point of view also. Just cross the fingers and wait and see. On to this week's books. And we got Charismagic number 6 from Aspen. Awesome. It finishes his first volume because that's how Aspen rolls. They don't believe in ongoings, which is cool. As long as they produce something a few months later on, that'd be more interesting. I can understand taking a break. Take a break. They're not coming out with volume 2 until next year. Aspen's next year, so you know that could be whenevers. They are going to come out with a little spin-off there about some Dark Princess or something like that. I'm hoping it'll be good, but I don't know. Charismagic is fucking good. I liked it, and they should just keep on rolling with the momentum. And then we have Conan the Barbarian, number 6. Finished the first story arc, which technically it wasn't, but anyways, whatever. It's just awesome. Really good shit. Conan is most vicious and violent, and he's really young, and there's a love interest, which normally with Conan there isn't. There's just a wench he's banging, but whatever. I would definitely recommend it if you like Conan, if you like Warlord of Mars, if you like that kind of stuff. Just, well, obviously they're both Robert E. Howard, but whatever. Are they? Well, anyways, good shit. Definitely good shit. Surprise pick of the week, because I'm trying different stuff, was Dark Horse's Eerie, number 1. The cover's gorgeous. And it was just a damn good book. Black and white throughout. 3 separate horror stories, and just, I was fully entertained. Fully. It was awesome. American Vampire, Lord of Nightmares from Vertigo / DC. Dracula is alive in the American Vampire series. He is specifically of the Carpathian branch of vampires, and he's Carpathian Prime, if you will. He's the first Carpathian, and he actually is able to control all the Carpathian vampires, and it's really interesting how they're doing it. They mentioned Stoker and all that stuff, and it's really good. So far, this is like the better of the American Vampire spin-offs, minis. So I'm looking forward to them, 3 through 5. Then we have the bad books. We have Batgirl, Batman, and Batman and Robin 11s. Batgirl 11, gorgeous cover. Art Germ, as he's known, does gorgeous covers, really. That kick is kind of weird. I'm pretty sure Pete might not appreciate that kick, you know, because he's a martial arts nut. But it's some good shit. And that being said, the story's really just, it's just not really working for me. And again, I love Gail Simone, but I don't know. I mean, I prefer Oracle so far, but let's just see what happens. Batman 11, the epic finale of the the epic finale of the Court of Owls. No, it wasn't epic. It was a battle. They fought. Big whoop. Did they do what I was hoping they would do? No, they pussied out. There was no DNA. They didn't go to the Maury Povich show. We do not know who the father is, and Batman may or may not have a brother out there, and yada yada. And it turns out he knew he had a brother all along, but his brother died, he believes, and all this other shit, and DC pussied out. Way to go. Batman and Robin, number 11. This villain running around branding people with the bat insignia. Damn. So they have to deal with that, and of course Damien's a dick, and Damien's a real dick. You know that? He's fighting all the former Robins, and I know he was chairman of the League of Assassins, but he shouldn't be whooping their asses. Simple as that. Whatever. Anyways, let's move along to something good. Before Watchmen, number 2. I'm totally loving Before Watchmen. They have done no wrong. I know there's a couple of books coming out. Rorschach and something else. But anyways, Before Watchmen number 2 was good. It's great. It talks about the fun times, the creepy times, and it's just, they're doing it really damn well. Really well. Really well. Minutemen is just, I guess it's the main book, if you will, because it refers to them as a whole, but it's just damn good. From Vertigo, Punk Rock Jesus. Wow. Just wow. I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong, but just wow. Like, they cloned Jesus. Really, they cloned Jesus. Sean Murphy really did something here, and it's quite violent, and it's good. It really is good. Corporate America, yeah, is really in power here, and it's just, I liked it. I was expecting something weird from Vertigo, but I got something weird and good. So go Vertigo. Next we have John Layman and Robert Guillory's Chew, Secret Agent Boyle, which is awesome, just awesome. It's a one shot. It's two creators having fun with something they created and just going with it. And you know what? It's what more can you ask for? This is a chicken that whoops ass, that gets ladies, and just pick it up for some laughs, shit and giggles. Really. Image again. The Revival #1. Tim Seeley and Mike Norton. Image is really wowing me lately, really, seriously. And this is pretty much, there was an event in which people come back from the dead. And it's freaking out people, obviously, because second coming of God, sign from God, aliens, is it bacteria, is it zombies? So I would recommend it. Pick it up. It's good. It's really good. Really. I was like, damn, it's probably book of the week. Is it my book of the week? Yeah, it is. It is my book of the week. Okay, book of the week, The Revival. I have a lot of books here, right? Don't judge me. Next we have Marvel. Captain America 14. It's like non-stop action from beginning to the freaking end. I recommend it. Just pick it up. It's the end of the current story arc, and it's just good shit, and just good shit. Good shit. Last week came out Fury Max #4. I love this. I truly love this. It's like Nick Fury at his badassness. He has hookers in one scene, and he's banging out his woman who's engaged to be married in another scene. You know, he's planning to kill Casho in another scene. It's just, damn. This Fury right here would be perfect for a movie. Damn. Moving along. Scarlet Spider. Or as I think he is, he's the main Marvel Universe's Ultimate Spider-Man. If you follow me. He's Spider-Man that does shit that regular Spider-Man can't do. You know, he'll beat your ass, he'll torture you. I mean, he might kill you. I mean, here he is, he's rescuing this damsel who kisses him passionately, and then they end up in bed together and they boinked. Hey, he boinked her. Spider-Man gets so much pussy thrown at him, he doesn't take it. Recently, I'm not even gonna talk about it. Captain Marvel, he ain't hearing that. I don't know why. Everybody has a bucket list. All men do. Blonde, throw it up in there. Anyways, moving along. Ultimate X-Men #14. Now, to truly understand the Ultimate Universe, you have to be picking Ultimate Comics, the Ultimates, or whatever the fuck they're called, as well as Ultimate X-Men, and I guess Ultimate Spider-Man, but not really. That really doesn't touch on anything. The world's gone to shit. Reed Richards fucked up half the world. The mutants are fucking up the other ones, or at least the mutant militias and all that stuff. The hysteria revolving around it. And this is Kitty Pryde, Wolverine's son, Iceman, and Rogue going off to deal with it, to put up a fight, and it's just muy loco, and it's good. It's written well. Not a lot of action in this, if any, and hopefully it's building up to really good action or something. Let's see what happens. X-Force #27. Spoiler: the apparent demise of Phantom X. I don't believe it. The new Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, which is freaking powerhouse. I mean, we have Age of Apocalypse, Blob. We have Mystique. We have Sabretooth. Is it a real one? Is it a clone one? Is it one of the clone ones? Who knows? We have the Shadow King. We have the Omega Brats. It's just, damn, it's a fully loaded Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. And they're whooping ass. They're really whooping ass. And Mystique's a hoe. Just throwing it out there too. Wolverine and the X-Men #13. See, this is what I like. The Phoenix Force is uber powerful, right? So powerful that it beats one of the most powerful cosmic beings in the universe, galaxy, whatever the hell you want to call it. Gladiator. Gladiator is Superman on steroids. I think he would be able to beat Superman. He doesn't have any apparent weaknesses, like kryptonite, magic, and so forth. He's psionically powered. It's just, if he believes it, he can do it, type of thing. And he's a cocky motherfucker, just like his son. And he gets his ass handed to him by the Phoenix Force, which is divided by 5. being all afraid of the Scarlet Witch? Explain that to me. Really? Next, Valiant, Bloodshot #1. Awesome, really good shit. Bloody, gory. They explain the nanites, which I always had issues understanding what Bloodshot's powers was. Now you do. He has nanites in him, which have medical benefits. He can heal. It's just, he's awesome. He's badass, and you know it makes sense to call him Bloodshot because his eyes are all red, like blood red. Like that. He don't have pupils and shit like that. Just, it's good shit. I really recommend so far the Valiant books, all of them so far. And Harbinger. Number 2 came out, and the cover's adorable, and it's just, damn, like, damn. I liked it a lot, and it's just another book I highly recommend. And that's really it. See you guys next week. I don't even remember what books come out this week. Anything I'm looking forward to? I don't think so. Let's see, give me a second. And okay, there's a few books coming out next week. Silk Spectre, Justice League, Wonder Woman's coming out. That should be good. Night of 1,000 Wolves. Oh, that should be book of the week easily. We'll find out next week. See you guys. Okay, let's begin. Hey guys, none of Seggies.